Good evening, Railer fans, and welcome to Lincoln Railer Basketball. It's time for the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center pregame show. I'm your host, Marty Ryan, tonight filling in for Josh Komnick. We are in the road, on the road in Normal, as the Railers are taking on Normal West tonight. In just a moment, I'll be joined by Kirk Whiteman as we break down tonight's matchup. We thank you for joining us on the home of every Lincoln Railer contest this season, WLCN at 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This copyrighted audio broadcast and video webcast is presented by WLCN FM. Any use of the video or audio accounts and descriptions of this game is strictly prohibited and may not be disseminated without the express written consent of WLCN 96.3 FM or its ownership. We're doing senior night here for the Wildcats. We will be back to have a little pregame activity talking about the Railsplitters versus Normal West in just a little bit.
Having plans to attend Wildcat University.
Welcome back, Railsplitter fans. We are in Normal, getting ready for the Railsplitters to take on Normal West tonight, the last regular season contest of the game before we go into postseason. What are your thoughts tonight, Kirk?
Well, let's get out of here with a win. We're coming to you a little bit late. We had a barn burner in this sophomore game. It was a 4-overtime game. The Lincoln Railers come out on top by about 4 points. We didn't know if this varsity game would ever get started. But,
I know.
It was a little bit methodical, so I've known Coach Couples for a long time, and actually he made me look very good at Lincoln College. He's the one that helped me recruit the Kyle Turpin kid to Lincoln College, who was very successful for us. But they'll play a zone tonight. They'll mix it up maybe with a 1-3-1, a 2-3, 1-2-2, kind of like what the Railers are used to playing. They'll have a few good shooters. And, last year they had a couple really good players. One was a junior who ended up transferring over to Bloomington, who we saw at our place. And then they had that 6'8" kid that ended up going to Oregon and reclassified early. So it's a lot different look. They got some big kids, but, their record is 10-19. And quite honestly, they've played 9 of their losses that are probably top 5, top 10 teams in the state 4A. They lost to Notre Dame by 1 point, who is, I think, ranked in the 3A. It's really hard to do comparisons on scores. But, if our Railers come out and do what we're supposed to do, we should be in good shape tonight. And let's hope that happens.
Yeah, me too. I know the the few regular losses we've had this year have been to 4A schools, I believe. All 3 losses have been to 4A schools, so it'd be nice to avenge one of those tonight, end out this regular season on a high note before we start thinking towards postseason and regional, sectional, and maybe state championship along the way. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back here with more Railer pregame show. Welcome back, Railsplitters fans, to the Normal West Gymnasium here, home of the Wildcats. Getting ready for the final regular season matchup between the Railsplitters and the Wildcats. And, of course, after this, we head to postseason play, which will be next Tuesday in Clinton, Illinois. So at least it is a short drive for the Railer fans. They're going to take on the winner of either Clinton or our old Central State 8 foe, the Lanphier Lions. You got to assume that's probably going to be Lanphier over the Maroons at Clinton, and we'll play, you would think Lanphier, but it could be Clinton. That'll be Tuesday at 7 o'clock at Clinton. So short trip, Kirk, for our first postseason game.
That's no slouch either. And, you know, we've had a chance, and I know Coach Alexander works really hard on the schedule, and we get a chance to see some very good teams come in here out of conference now that we're in the Apollo. So that prepares us well. You know, and I've always talked to Coach Alexander in the past. You just can't prepare in practice for quickness like that, no matter how well you practice or how many guys you throw on the floor. And that's something these guys have seen down at Collinsville. And, you know, we've seen that with Bloomington, who came in the other night. So, you know, our guys have seen that. They haven't seen it on the night basis they have in the Central State 8. But hopefully these kids that play summer basketball, too, are used to that. But it's not going to be easy, you know, and everybody's got a shot in the postseason. This is what makes it March Madness, right, Marty?
Best time of year. It's a great time of year. Yeah, I'm excited too. I lost track of our time here. I think we got maybe 30 seconds left here before we take a break. But yeah, again, you know, this is our last regular season game. We want to go out on a high note here, playing another big 4A school. That'd be a great momentum booster to get us going. We're going to take one more break here. We'll be back in just a minute with some more pregame show. Welcome back, Railsplitters fans. Getting ready for our Normal West Wildcats versus Railsplitters game here. Tip-off should be in about 13 minutes. I'm joined with Kirk Whiteman here, former Lincoln College basketball great coach.
Fun times, let me tell you.
Good times with some Normal West connections.
Yeah, so I was just talking to Coach Couples before the game, and he has a son, Brian Couples' son, Shay Couples. He'll start for him tonight. And I got a few other AAU coaches out here in the stands that are here recruiting tonight. And this other starter for Normal West, I'm told, Terrence Montgomery Fisher, 6'3", senior. Shay Couples, 6'1", senior. Both of them are pretty good shooters. I don't anticipate a whole lot of quickness out of this group tonight. You know, they're going to sit back in the zone a little bit, will pressure us a little bit. It'll be very similar to playing Lincoln, a little bit like Wheaton Warrenville. So I don't think you're going to see a lot of points put on the board unless Coach Alexander decided to, you know, open up the ponies tonight and run up and down the floor, which I don't think will happen. But they do got a little bit of size. Corey Walker at 6'6", who's a sophomore. So Jermaine, he looks to have a little bit of a big body on him too. And then a kid that's been starting for him a little bit, and Evan Houston, kind of a guard forward, about 6'3". So a little bit of size, not much. Jermaine will be the biggest guy on the floor, so you'll look to probably see them get him started right away.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the big freshman you like, that 6'5" kid, I don't know his name, but I wonder if he gets much playing time at the varsity level. Yeah,
he played a lot in the sophomore game, this 6'5" kid, Max Zebarth, and he's a nice little player. They actually played him at the point of their 1-2-2 for a little bit, so he's pretty active. I don't know if they'll have him play much at all, but you know, we're looking for Jermaine to get going early, and hopefully he'll have a good game tonight.
Yeah, let's hope so. Again, I know this Wildcat team had some success with football this year. Made it to the quarterfinals in 6A before they got beat by Richards. So if they got any football players, they should be a fair. Where's our sponsors? Kirk Whiteman and I will be back here in Normal to bring you the play-by-play action as Lincoln takes on the Wildcats of Normal West. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. This has been the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center pregame show, and you're listening to Railer Basketball. Lincoln Railer basketball tonight. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com are pleased to bring this evening's contest as the Railers take on the Wildcats from Normal West. Good evening, everybody. This is Marty Ryan, and along with Kirk Whiteman, we are ready to bring you all the exciting Railer action from tonight. We wish a very pleasant good evening to those joining us on 96.3 FM and around the world on WLCNonline.com. It's time to sit back and enjoy some Lincoln Railer basketball. To remind everybody, this copyrighted audio broadcast and video webcast is presented by WLCN FM. Any use of the video or audio accounts and descriptions of this game is strictly prohibited and may not be disseminated without the express written consent of WLCN at 96.3 FM or its ownership. Kirk Whiteman, how you doing tonight?
Doing really good. Last game of the year, regular season for the Railers, two-time Apollo Conference champs. I think only 2 losses, and we're going against Normal West tonight, who's 10-19. Don't let the record fool you. 4A school, and like I said earlier, 9 of their games have been to 9 losses have been to literally the top 5-10 programs ranked in the state in 4A. So they lost to Peoria and Notre Dame here recently by 1 point, who's ranked in 3A in the top 5, just a few spots ahead of us. So they're not bad. And then for us, heading into regionals next week, it's a great year, 26-3, but obviously we're not going to be settled with that. We want to be able to capitalize on some momentum and carry us into next Tuesday with our squad.
That's right. And again, next Tuesday, we got a shot at running into our old Central State 8 foe, the Lampier Lions. And I know, Kirk, you talked about earlier, it's a lot of speed, a lot of things that we saw in Collinsville, but you don't necessarily see every night in the Apollo. So, again, hopefully tonight will give us a little momentum boost, and we'll get ready for postseason.
I think that'd be really good for us, after seeing that speed down in Collinsville. But tonight it'll be a little bit more slower pace.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with Railer basketball. isn't it? We don't play
No, we played Bloomington earlier in the year, and that was a heck of a game.
That was a great game.
You know, 2 of their losses are to Bloomington, 2 of their losses normal communities, you know, I think in the top 3. So, you know, not a bad team. Record really doesn't show it, but, you know, we've played some close games and got through them, and then we had a heartbreaker, you know, last Friday to Taylorville, and, you know, nobody likes to lose, but considering we already had the conference locked up, there's really no such thing as a good loss, but
there's a little silver lining to it.
There is a silver lining to that because, you know, we very well could be seeing Taylorville in the championship of the regional too if we're kind of looking ahead. And they have a really nice squad. Coach Brown's done a really great job, and they got some really good kids down there. But you know, so we're heading into the last regular season game here. See, I'm gonna say definitely under 50 points per game tonight, Marty.
Total?
No.
I was like, man. Yeah. Well, if it's anything like the JV game, it could be a heck of a ball game. We had 4 overtimes in the JV game. It just would not end. Extremely competitive. So let's hope Lincoln pulls away from this one. But according to Coach Whiteman here, it's going to be a pretty methodical game. Both teams pretty sound fundamentally, and not going to get in a big hurry.
Yeah, and they do. They got this 6'6" sophomore, this Walker kid. I've been told that. Really big upside and really great tight end too. So I'm assuming he's going to be pretty physical, and he's not skinny, folks. Let's just say that. Number 35 out here, the Walker kid.
Pretty solid guy.
Jermaine's going to have to play a little low to the ground and be physical.
Well, we got about 90 seconds before tip-off. We're going to take a short break, and we'll come right back to get you started with our regular game. Welcome back, Railsplitters fans. Marty Ryan here with Kirk Whiteman. Just about 40 seconds until our tip-off here again for our regular season finale as we take on the Normal West Wildcats from the Big 12 Conference. Bigger school, big test for the Railers tonight. Again, you want to go out strong here. Postseason is just around the corner, and you definitely want to go out on a high note and get ready for either the Clinton Maroons or the Lamprey Lions.
I think we all know who we need to be ready for, but we're getting ready for starting lineups here, and like I said, looks like Normal West is going to be starting 3 guards that are all seniors, so they're going to bring a little bit of experience. Number 5, Terrence Montgomery Fisher, that I've been told is a pretty good shooter. Number 11, Shea Couples. Looks like they're going with Lincoln's lineup. I'm a little confused. Haven't been on the road before.
I was the same thing. Yeah, we've never been to an away game here. The first time.
Yeah. So Dylan's coming out. Dylan's had a great year for us. You know, I just like his composure. You know, Marty was asking me earlier, you know, what grade these kids are on. I said they're all juniors except for Hamlin. He's like, well, Dylan's a sophomore. I'm like, well, he doesn't play like one,
right.
You know. That's one thing about this Singleton kid is he's been really steady. And you know what he's been doing? He's been scoring the ball for us a little bit more, which has been nice. I know Caden hasn't been putting up his 15-point clip. And you know, I always thought successful teams had a lot of people that could put the ball in the hole.
Next man up.
And we've had that. I think we've had at least four different leading scorers throughout the year on this squad, which is always nice. And you're going to have people be able to, you know, take Caden away one game or take Jermaine a game one game like they did at Taylorville.
Yeah.
Taylorville did a great job defensively, and you know, we just didn't capitalize as much as we should have that game. And I'm sure we'll be ready to go if we get a chance to play them in the regional championship. So
I think so. We're getting ready for the Normal West Wildcats. Starters getting ready to be announced.
Currently has 82 for the season.
I think, are they talking about the head coach now?
Also, Mike Smith's career mark of 144, which was set back in 2001.
Sounds like they're talking about three-point records.
Lloyd's telling us that's correct.
Once again, congratulations to Shea Couples.
Yeah, so the coach's kid, Shea Couples, on the way to break the three-point record here, or kind of close to breaking it. Really couldn't hear that, but
sounds like he's a good three-point shooter.
Yeah, that kind of emphasizes what I just said earlier. Makes me look a lot smarter than I really am, Marty. It pays to know people, right?
Sure does. Well, here come their starters.
Yeah, so number 5, Terrence Montgomery Fisher. He's a pretty good shooter. They got him listed at 6'3", and he looks like an athlete, pretty athletic. And
Long.
Here comes a couples kid. Number 11, really good shooter. Broken some records here already at Normal West. And then the next one up should be Nick Perkins, 5'11". He looks like a football player, Marty.
He does.
Maybe a nice defensive back. He's a big boy, not very tall. Evan Houston, number 32 at 6'3". He's a junior. Nice-looking football player. If you ask me, he's a big boy. And then the kid in the middle, 6'6", Corey Walker, forward center. He's
big guy.
He's got a nice body to him also, and I heard he's a really good football tight end. So,
all right, well, tonight's tip-off is brought to you by Jim Examus Ford Lincoln. Move up to an all-new Lincoln at Jim Examus Ford Lincoln on Lincoln's west side. The new 2019 Lincoln MKZs, MKCs, Nautiluses, and Navigator Reserves have arrived along with special discounts attached. There's no better time than now to put you behind the wheel of luxury. Give Sam Smedley or Kevin Riggs a call at Jim Examus on Lincoln's west side. Phone 217-732-2111 and let them put you in a new ride with that tax refund. All right, here we go, Kirk. We're ready for the tip.
Marty, that was a great job there and perfect timing, man.
Yeah,
we're getting this down for a couple movies.
It's going to be all right tonight for a couple of sub-ins.
Here we go. Hamlin with the tip, and Singleton secures crossing half court. We're ready to go, Marty.
Well, here we go. The Raiders got the ball down here moving left to right if you're watching from home or listening in the car. Whiteman up top thought about a shot. He's going to move the ball around. Back to Whiteman, gets it over the corner. Froby looks down low for the big guy, Hamlin. Backs in there, nice left-handed scoop.
Great move. And I tell you what, right before Hamlin caught the ball there, that Walker kid pushed him out about 4 feet, so Jermaine had to take about 3 drag dribbles, get to the front of the rim. Did a nice job of going to the rim and not away from the rim. And as we thought, you know, they were in their little 2-3, 3-2 zone here.
Wildcats with the ball now down to our left. Try working the ball down low, and the Raider arms are all there. Steel Grunder's going the other way with it. Gonna stop things up, wait for some help.
Back to Whiteman, top of the key, over to Singleton. Should back to Whiteman here, and we got a 4-out, 1-in against this zone. Skip pass to Froby, and skip pass right back to Whiteman for a 3, and we got a missed shot and a rebound by Normal West.
Just off the bat. Quick release, though. Got that shot off fast. You like to see that.
Yeah.
Normal West will take over. They're going to work the ball around top. The Railers in their zone. Right in the face of the Wildcat guards here. There's a shot from number 5. That's Terrence Montgomery Fisher. No good. We're going to get a foul down low, it looks like.
It looks like Froby the kid went up in the air and he tried to box him out and got kind of underneath him a little bit, you know. So Normal West to take the ball out of bounds under.
Can't see. We've got some great seats here right on the court tonight, but it's kind of tough to see all the players, what's going on.
Yeah, it is. I usually like sitting up a little bit higher to see a little bit more. And
there's a nice shot. There's your boy.
Well, Shea Couples, and that was from almost the volleyball line, so he can shoot the ball, fellas.
That was smooth. I didn't think that touched the rim on that one.
Yeah, that was really good. Back out. Looks like they've extended the zone a little bit. Singleton in the corner, back to Ewald. Back to Singleton. Need to get a ball reversal here, and we're getting one. Dribble handoff to Froby. And back to Whiteman. Got an ISO down low. They're doing a pretty good job of staying on Jermaine. But Jermaine was camped in the lane. And so a turnover.
Call him on that. Jermaine's put on a little bit of meat, hasn't he? He looks a little bit bigger than last time.
I'll tell you what, he can probably put on another 25, too, at the next level. So he's got a really bright future here. Normal West brings the ball over across half court against the 1-2-2.
Couples up top running point. They get it to their big guy. Nothing yet, though. Great defense by the Railsplitters so far. Swing pass over to number 12. That's Forcade Perkins off the back of the rim. No good. Big board there by 32. Hudson, no good. And then the biggest boy, Corey Walker, will get fouled going up. And he's going to go to the line for an and-one play.
Looks like they're going to give the foul on Cameron Whiteman, so it doesn't go to Jermaine, but that's 3 offensive rebounds right there, and I know Coach Al's not very happy with that. That's the last thing you want to be able to do is give up offensive rebounds.
Yeah, those second chance shots can come back to haunt you. Free throw no good.
But number 35 with the putback and one and misses a free throw. And I tell you what, on that free throw shot, if we need to foul somebody down the stretch, that's who I want at the free throw line.
Good move. Railsplitters are working down at their end. Long pass over to Froby in the corner. He drives, kicks it back out to Singleton. Singleton with a skip pass to Grunder from the corner. Off the front of the rim, no good. Big board there by Corey Walker. I keep saying Grunder, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Will Ewald.
My mistake, everybody.
So that's all right. We're back up the floor here with Normal West.
Here come the Wildcats, looking to add to their 5-2 lead as they work the ball around the perimeter. They do go in low to 32. That's Hudson. Nice move to the basket with the left hand off the glass, in for another two. So Wildcats lead 7-2.
They're getting the pass inside the high post, and he just took it on the dribble to the basket. So we're not moving as quick as we used to here in the past, and we need to do a better job defensively.
Nice pass down to the Froby on the baseline. There you go, Whiteman to Froby. A nice look there. Another two for Lincoln at 7-4 Wildcats.
Cam did a nice job of hitting the gap there. Froby cut baseline, being left-handed, and put in a nice little reverse layup right there.
Wildcats will look at the perimeter. Nothing yet. Good ball movement. Haven't gone to their big guy a lot yet.
Yeah, but Marty, I just don't like the vibe out here defensively. Not much talk, and that helps Jermaine with the big block, but then Singleton turns it over in transition. So right back to them, and he fouls. So we're just not moving like we used to. I don't think these guys are playing with a lot of energy right now, and they need to start picking this up. It's 7-4 with about 4 minutes to go, and we're just not moving defensively right now. And I'm sure Coach Al and the coaching staff recognize that and see what happens here. We need to get some energy out here.
Maybe looking for a spark, kind of get things going.
Yeah.
It's a deep three by the coach's kid, Curry. No good. Couples. Looks like Steph Curry.
Yeah. And Jermaine with the rebound. Whiteman up the side. Look to get a ball reversal here out top to Singleton. Back to Whiteman out top. And we got 4 out, 1 in with Jermaine. Skip past to Ewald. We got to get Jermaine demanding for the ball here. Whiteman for 3 and in and out. Should have dropped.
Yeah, it looked like a good shot.
They're leaving them open here. We just got to knock down some open shots. Haven't scored too much and keeping in line with our over and under of 50 here tonight. 7-4 with about 3 minutes to go.
Yep, again, Raylor's looking for a little bit of spark to get some intensity going. Haven't seen it yet. The Wildcats do work it down to their big man. Nice turnaround jumper there for Corey Walker. Soft touch there.
Yeah, 6'6" kid was just sitting there kind of in the mid-high post there. Just turns around, nobody's there, and puts it in for 2. So got Jermaine ISO down low. We just need to get him the ball, and he hasn't really got as many touches as he should here because I don't see a – there we go.
There we go on cue.
He actually went after the ball and with a little inside out, and then Froby drives to the basket, and they call it a jump ball. Home court plays here at Normal West, so maybe could have been a foul. But jump ball goes to Normal West out of bounds under. I mean, Caden was getting to the basket, and kid got his hand on the ball, or his hand from what I thought, but they give it back to Normal West.
McGinnis will check in here for Normal West as they look to set up some offense. No shot there. It's Terrence Montgomery Fisher's thought about it a couple times, hasn't thrown one up yet. Still working on there. He does right on cue as I say it. Way short, and Jermaine comes up with the easy board there. We're going the other way.
Good closeout by Froby. I think he got a little hand on that one here.
Railers trail 9-4 here. About 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Singleton's got the ball up top. Looking for Jermaine,
but they took that away from him. Froby for 3 and hits the top of the bar, so it goes the other way. It looks like he got hit on his hand after the shot, but Marty, I'm not seeing much difference down here defensively from these guys. They're not talking defensively, and looks like they're just kind of going through the motions, not playing with a sense of urgency, especially being down by 5 points.
So as a coach, what do you do to change that, Kirk?
I think you either sub somebody in or Walker drives baseline. Jermaine kind of cuts him off, and I think it was him kind of falling backwards. It could have been a foul, but they get away with one there. Normal West ball out of bounds under.
We'll take it. They get it up top to Terrence Montgomery Fisher, and he'll hit the long 3.
He's about 1 for 4 right now. So Normal West takes a 12-4 lead with about 2 minutes to play here. These guys are a veteran team, even though they're all juniors out here. And
I think Froby's going to draw the foul there.
Yeah, Froby draws the foul off a skip pass and playing tough. But defensively is going to be the key right here. We need to start playing with more energy. And, these guys need to do that themselves.
They're going to get Couples on the foul there. His first, team first for the Wildcats. Froby looks to inbound it. Does get it up to Singleton. Swings it over to Ewald. Back up to Whiteman up top. Still working around the perimeter. They got 2 guys on Jermaine down low. They're not going to give him a look if they can help it.
Turnover by Whiteman on a skip pass to Singleton, and Hollinger a check into the game for him.
Will, here comes your sub. Maybe Hollinger and give a little spark plug. Looks like his face is looking better. That knot's gone down.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he took one, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw him the next day. It was unreal.
Haven't seen one like that in a long time.
Wildcats get the ball. Lincoln's got a little pressure on them, but they do break the timeline. Looking to set up their offense here. Not in a big hurry. Walker's kind of hanging out down low there, maybe looking to get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Sneak in behind him.
And this Cole Hernandez has checked into the game, 6'3" junior.
Another big kid.
Who looks like another football player.
Yeah.
He's got
a lot of size.
He's playing in the high post. They got the Walker running baseline with Normal West just 3 out. Looking to move the ball around. Could very well wait for a last-second shot here. I think if you give Couples that much room out the volleyball line, he may decide to take a shot here as they just move the ball around the perimeter.
Yeah, I think he's pretty comfortable shooting from about anywhere.
And I think even with 43 seconds left that Brian's going to have his team hold for the last second shot here. 12-4, and if I was him, that would probably be a pretty good decision. You know, you got a
absolutely,
8-point lead on a low possession team. That's something that's very advantageous to Normal West here.
Try going down low to the big guy Walker, no good.
Gets kicked out of bounds by Lincoln. Normal West out of bounds under with 20 seconds left with a 12-4 lead.
Yeah. Wildcats with the inbound under their own hoop, 20 seconds. Again, they're not in a big hurry. Couples got the ball up top. Singleton puts a little pressure on him. 10 seconds. Couples with the ball. I'm sure he wouldn't mind shooting. Gets it over number 4. Carson Camp up and good. Another big 3. That's a 15-4 lead.
Froby from half court, and it is off the side of the rim. And Normal West takes a 15-4 lead.
Stay here for a second. I want to go through some sponsors. Headline Salon LLC. Visit Brett, Liz, and Danielle at 123 South Sangamon and historic downtown Lincoln. Phone 217-651-8310, where walk-ins are always welcome. State Bank of Lincoln, serving the area for over 114 years, with 4 locations in Lincoln and 2 in Clinton. Proud to be a Lincoln Railer supporter. We also want to thank Family Custom Cleaners Tanning, 24-hour laundromat, and U-Haul dealer. They do it all. Located at 621 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Watch for dry cleaning and super tanning specials with 24-hour laundromat available. Phone 735-2505. And also Bright Idea Screen Printing, embroidery, and unique gifts. Your Everything Railers headquarters. Stop by the showroom located at the corner of Clinton and Sangamon Streets in Lincoln. And phone 732-3312, specializing in large team orders with great team discounts. Well, Coach, 15-4 after the first quarter. I know you were looking for a little bit of spark there on both ends of the ball, both ends of the court, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, they're gonna, Cameron's missed a couple shots here, and he needs to hit. Will missed one in the corner, Froby missed one, so we're not shooting the 3-ball very well. But at the end of the day, as a coach, it starts with your defense, and Neil's hanged his hat on that for his whole career. And we get Ewald with a wide open shot here, and it's a little bit short. Normal West with the rebound, So to start the quarter out with, Lincoln gets the ball, but he gets another shot, but they limit us to 1 rebound and back Normal West way, 15-4.
Yeah, we need to get some of those offensive boards on our end. That's could be a big turning point in the game, but it hasn't happened so far. West looking to move the ball around a little bit outside on the perimeter. Go all the way across the court there, number 4. That's Carson Camp, hit the big 3 before the first quarter ended. No good on that one as Froby comes up with it, gets it to Singleton.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, you see no talk out here. I just don't think they've got a lot of communication going on. They need to pick it up a little bit defensively, a little bit more pressure on the ball. Somebody needs to pick it up.
I say it's quiet, and we're right on the court. I mean, we're right there with the players, and it's pretty silent in here.
And, I don't think Normal West is talking too much, but they're talking more than we are.
There's Singleton with a stop and pop inside, no good. Tipped away, and that's going to be Carson Camp comes away with the board. So kicks up to McGinnis, and they'll go back to Couples.
Yeah, and just the little things there, you know. I mean, I don't think we've got an offensive rebound yet, and they got 3 on the one possession down here, and they got an and one. Missed a free throw, but those are the things that win games.
Yeah, and you're right, the little things that don't show up in the stat book necessarily, but they call 3 seconds? No.
Illegal screen against
33, is that? Hernandez, is he still in there?
Yeah, I guess it is
Hernandez.
And, you know, I thought Jermaine down here, they had a baseline play that he was kind of in his way, wasn't really set. Should have been a no call. It was a no call, you know, over the back there, but the referees didn't call it, so we're in pretty good shape. Jermaine's still at 0 fouls here. I think he needs to get some touches. He needs to demand the ball. Hollinger for a 3, misses. Hernandez secures it.
Yeah, another miss off the backboard and a defensive rebound. Not a lot of pressure from Lincoln defensively yet.
No. And Normal West is just a 3-out, 2-in right now. They're trying to find the soft spot in the middle of the lane here, free throw line, and they got a guy running baseline. If you guys watched that Bloomington game a few weeks ago, you could tell we got killed on the baseline, but that hasn't happened tonight. These guys have hit about three threes on us, and actually about 4 threes. I think 12 of their points are off threes.
Yeah,
and they got
right. 15, there's another 3 by Couples up top. No good off the back of the rim. That was a pretty good look. Big board there by Hollinger. And here come the Railers looking to put some points on the board. It's been a little bit. They get into the big man Hamlin. He goes back out to Froby off his shin a little bit, and we're going to see who kicked that one out of bounds.
Yeah.
Refs are talking about, I think we're going to stay with the Railers. We are.
So they went inside out there. They really collapsed hard on Jermaine. He kicked it back out to Caden, kind of lost possession of it. Normal West kid dived at the ball, and as he fell out of bounds, the Normal West kid's legs came up and kicked the ball out of bounds, so it's back to the Railers. Out front to Noah Funk, who had checked in for Will Ewald, and he and Dylan Singleton are passing the ball around out front right now.
Another big Wildcat checked in. Tyler Calhoun, a 6'7" junior. Nice drive there.
Yeah. Actually, we had a little skip pass. Noah Funk and Caden Froby snuck in on the backside and got a skip pass for a wide open layup. So those are some nice things to have, getting some easy shots if we're not hitting from the perimeter. And Caden was able to recognize that and get in there. Nice
play by the Railers. Wildcats take over on there, and they do go to the big junior that checked in. It's tipped away right to Froby. Froby's going to bring it on the Railers into the court. He's going to drive all the way, left hand up on the glass, and one. He's going to the line for a 3-point play, and that might be the spark there, Kirk, that we need to get going.
Yeah, it was a nice little hesitation move out on the perimeter by Caden, and was able to get to the basket and one. So, you know, and Caden's he's just got a nose for the ball. And you get Dylan and especially Noah out here now with a little bit more pressure on the ball. I think you can see Caden kind of sliding some of these gaps and picking up skills like he did down here. And you know, when things start going well for your offensive, you get a little pep in your step defensively, yep. Marty.
Froby's attempt for the and one plays off the front of the rim, no good. Normal West with the rebound.
15-8, Normal West. They haven't scored yet this quarter, and there's 4.5 to go.
Well, there you go. Maybe some good first quarter adjustments there. You know, the defense has picked up. We're starting to score some points. Let's keep Couples away from those trays.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on Hollinger. As I told you, they have 3 out and 2 in. They got this kid moving around at the free throw line, and Landon came in behind him as they threw the ball inside and got him reaching in the cookie jar, as I know Josh Comnick likes to say.
Old Josh, he's out of town now. I don't know who I'm filling in for or who you're filling in for, but
yeah, I'm glad to do it.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Giving back and hanging out here doing some Railer games.
Will Ewald checks in for Dylan Singleton. Normal West inbounds the ball to the big kid, Corey Walker, and he misses a little short jumper, so it's back up with the Railers.
The open look there is Funk will look up top, get over to Ewald. With the Hollinger, Froby's in the corner. Cross-court pass there is tipped away by the Wildcats, and Couples is going to bring it the other way.
Yeah, Caden threw that skip pass. Those skip passes from baseline to the baseline other side are really, really tough to make.
Nice inbound there to Hernandez, or not inbound, but bounce pass to Hernandez. There's a long 3 by Couples. Wow, right in front of the Raiders bench on 1 foot. Almost out of bounds.
That was a little bit Steph Curry-ish. I thought he was a little bit off balance too and hopping on 1 foot there, but that was their first basket of this half. 18-8, Normal West still in the lead.
Raiders will look to answer here as Froby's got the ball. Tough defense there by Alec McGinnis. Was all over him.
Another turnover.
Let's call over and back on that one.
By Caden. He tried to cross over, and I think the Normal West, Caden thought the Normal West kid hit it, which he did, but Caden touched it last, and I'm not really for sure the new rule change if it hit high school and college the same way. So I'm not going to comment on it.
That's best. If you don't know the answer, just keep quiet, I guess. We won't get any angry phone calls or emails.
So turnover again, back-to-back on Lincoln, and we head with Normal West, ball in half-court situation here.
West still working around the perimeter. Haven't gone down low a lot, but you know they got the size down there. If they could get it down there, they'd love to. Got the zone breaker in the middle there, working both sides of the paint. Kicks it back out. Didn't want it down low yet.
Again, they're 3 out, 2 in. They got a guy at the high post here trying to get the ball into him. He's not going to look like he'd be a scorer, but he's going to suck the defense in and kick it out to one of these 3-point shooters they have on the perimeter, or the 6'5" Walker kid down low.
Thought about a shot. Couples, a lot of ball movement around the perimeter. Very similar to a Railer team, I'd say. There they go inside of that zone breaker.
Out to Couples for, I thought he was going to take that. Little inside-out action again, and Couples steps back out to reset the offense a little bit.
And they'll run some clock. They're not scared of that. I guess when you're up by 10-2, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
There they go inside. There's a play to Walker. Guess didn't like it. He's going to kick it back out.
They are being very, very patient, which is a very good coaching move by Coach Couples here to limit as many possessions, being up by 10. Looks like Whiteman is getting ready to check back in along with Dylan Singleton. And well, I don't know about Brian, Coach Couples over here, if he's going to stall the rest of the half. There's 2 minutes to go. It's 18-8.
Yeah, the Raiders are going to need to apply a little bit of pressure here. We've got 2 minutes in the half. And they're pretty content to swing around up top. They are patient. Going to that zone breaker again, but he's going to kick it right back out.
Well, you guys watching can see it, but you guys at home, it's been about 3.5 minute mark.
Nice block by Jermaine.
They go inside, and Jermaine comes from the backside, and they end up punching it off the board there. So back to Lincoln going up the floor. But that was a lot of patience there for Normal West. And Lincoln calls a timeout, and we'll have 2 new subs into the game.
Let's take a quick 30-second break. We will be right back. Welcome back, Railer fans. Marty Ryan, Kirk Whiteman, and Lloyd Kirby here in Normal as the Lincoln Railsplitters take on the Normal West Wildcats here in our final regular season game. Before we head into postseason play, your Railers are trailing 18-8, about 90 seconds left here in the first half.
They get the ball in over to Froby here in the corner, and he splits the trap, and too many hands on Caden. Foul against Normal West. Looks like it goes against number 32.
I missed it. Yeah.
Lincoln, side out to Singleton out top.
All right, Drew's back in the game. Got a little bit of a rest there. I'm sorry, Drew. Dylan, a little bit of a rest. Sit over to Whiteman. Long pass in the corner for Froby. Pump fake. Go back into Whiteman down low from the free throw line. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats.
Yeah, and I should maybe be keeping stats here, but we haven't got an offensive board. You know, we're letting them move the ball around here, the perimeter. They're getting a lot of easy, a lot of looks.
Yeah, agreed, but, like you said, we're not getting many second chances either. If we're missing it, they're coming down with it. And they're a good shooting team, and we know they're not scared to run some clock. Lincoln will turn up the pressure a little bit, it looks like. They go down low to Walker, their big guy, and he's going to throw it. Wow, almost threw it away, but they'll maintain possession here. 40 seconds left as they lead by 8 over the Railsplitters. Again, Walker doesn't want that shot. He might be scared of Hamlin over there after he put that last one off the backboard.
Yeah, but you see what they're trying to do is get that ball into the high post and then get it in the low post. A lot like what Bloomington did to us against a couple weeks ago, if you guys watched. It looks like Brian's trying to replicate, Coach Couples trying to replicate what Bloomington did to us and really, really hurt us down low. And, I think what would behoove him, and I'm sure he's not listening to radio, but if they put some type of score in there at the free throw line, we could be in damage. As you saw what happened, one of their 2-pointers. Couples to the basket.
Nice floater by Couples there with the left hand. That was a nice move.
Yeah.
And we're just about at the half as Dylan throws one up, and it's going to take us to halftime as the Normal West Wildcats lead your Railsplitters 20-8. We're going to take a short break, and Kirk Whiteman and myself will be back.
It's a 15-minute halftime. We got a bunch of seniors. All right, before you rush off, the contestant stand, restroom. This is back to Troy, Northwest.
You would sweat? I'm not even seeing
Senior dance was choreographed by Kirk Pittsburgh and Captain Rosalind Murphy. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome back, Railer fans. This is Marty Ryan, Kirk Whiteman, Lloyd Kirby running the camera. We're live on YouTube. Halftime here at Normal West. The Railers are trailing 20-8 right now. Kirk, we need some help on both ends of the ball. I mean, we looked better in the second quarter, I think, but we need some offense.
Yeah, we need to hit some shots. And, you know, the other thing is we haven't got second shots. You know, Dylan's done a great job offensively in some of our games, is crashing the boards from the top of the key area and securing second chance points for us. And that hasn't happened. So, you know, that's something that's going to be important for us in the second half. I mean, the Proby kids lead us right now with 6 points. Hamlin with 2. Total of 8 points. I don't think that's happened all year long. And then for them, you got the coach's kid, the couple's kid with 8 points, and the big Walker kid, the sophomore, with 4 points, and then a couple other guys with 3 points here. So they've hit some threes on us, and we haven't shot the ball as well as we should have. But we need to do that with energy, getting offensive boards, limiting them to one shot, because it's going to even be slower in the second half.
Agreed. So again, 20-8, the Railers trail. We're going to take another short break. We'll be right back with Railer basketball.
GPA of 4.0 on our 5.0 scale through 7 semesters in high school classes. These student athletes have demonstrated that excellence in academics and participation in extracurricular activities can be much better. And now, let's meet your 2018-19 Northern West Senior Scholar Athletes. We're going to do our 2 basketball players first so we can get back to the locker room. Shake Knuckles, basketball. Perkins, basketball. Ethan Barnett, football and baseball. Carly Bauman, volleyball. Madison Bergeron, soccer. Zach Bergeron, soccer. Elizabeth cross country and track. Whitney Bozart, basketball and track. Maggie Burris, swimming and diving and track. Austin Collinson, baseball. Ruth Caldwell, football. Dalton Corcoran, baseball. Clayton Davis, soccer. Maria Del Sena, tennis. Brendan Dietrich, baseball. Jackson Dyson, softball. Tyler Knapp, football. Michaela Fairfield, softball. Noah Flint, football. Sophia Furman, swimming and diving. Jacob Frost, football and wrestling. Aiden Guthrie, cross country and track. Caitlin Horton, basketball and track. Cody Hart.
Welcome back, Railer fans. Marty Ryan along with Kirk Whiteman here. And again, we talked a little bit about it. We're at the half. The Railers are down 20-8. Kirk, what do you think needs to happen here in the second half?
Well, I'm sure Coach Al is in there at halftime saying, golly gee, guys, you know, you think you can play just a tad bit harder, and, you know, it's okay, you're down by 12, but you guys can do it. I mean, these guys need to get out here, and the first thing they need to do is make a shot so they can get a little bit more pressure on the ball, because one of the things that happens when you miss shots, you can't get into your 1-2-2 and apply pressure like you can. So
that's a good point.
I think, you know, it's very important that somebody comes out and knocks down a shot. I mean, Jermaine can demand the ball a little bit better offensively, but as you saw, what happened is when they're playing behind him, unlike what Taylorville did, Taylorville played in front of him and brought in guys from the backside and really sandwiched him. What they're doing now is playing behind Jermaine, and when that ball goes in, they anticipate it and they sandwich him from the outside down to leave the guys open the perimeter. Jermaine got a little flustered, threw it out to Caden. It was a kind of a bad pass, and he got knocked out of bounds. So we're not really having good flow when this pressure comes at us. You know, they're giving us a little bit different looks in regards to that, but we got to knock down a shot. Apply some pressure out here to these guys defensively. A little bit more ball pressure. I'd like to see the Funk kid out here a little bit more applying pressure because, you know, he's a kid that brings energy. Maybe the Pose guy kid will bring some energy. I don't see these guys talking out here in the first half defensively, which is disappointing. I'm sure he's talking about it right now, but, you know, pressure is going to be the key because I'm going to tell you what Coach Couples is going to do. They're up by 12 right now, and to him, that's a win. He may even try to hold on the ball once they get it for the rest of the quarter. So this is going to be a really slow affair, and so you're going to have to see us get out and go. And you saw Caden got a kind of a long rebound. That's basically almost half our points right there. It was his and one. He did miss the free throw there, but a third 25% was you know, a power out. He got the rebound, went up the floor, hesitated, got to the basket. So defensive pressure is going to be the key here. Just knock down one or two shots so we can apply that pressure.
Yeah. Well, the good news is your under pick's looking good at under 50.
Yeah, that's for sure. You knew that coming into the game.
Yeah, we do know a few things here on the bench. But yeah, again, we got about 7 minutes left here in the half. They may bump that up a little bit longer as it's senior night here. But again, 20-8, Normal West leads Lincoln Railers. We'll take a short break, and we will be back with more Rail Splitter action. Railer fans, Marty Ryan here with you. Lloyd Kirby on the camera. I am joined with Coach Kirk Whiteman here. Been talking about the Railers here again, our last regular season game of the year before we go to postseason time. And it's going to be a tough game. You expect we're going to play Lanphier over in Clinton. Lanphier's a quality ball club. They're always tough, a lot of good athletes. I know they were kind of, sounded like they were down this year. Their record wasn't great. I've been told from some inside people that they had a couple kids that were suspended, a couple kids that were hurt, and supposedly all those kids are back now. So they may look like one of the old school Lanphier teams we're used to.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of that. Not too well connected down in that neck of the woods, but you know, anytime you play quickness like that, you don't play it night in, night out, it's always going to be a little bit more difficult for Lincoln. But again, too, I think Chatham plays a little bit like us, so at least they see it a couple times a year down there. But no, it's, you know, I'm just a little concentrated on this game right here, Marty. I mean, down by 12, 20-8, I'm sure it has to be the lowest point total for us. But you know, got to give credit to Normal West a little bit. They have limited us to one shot, so.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, like you said, I mean, over the years since I've been around, that press has been Lincoln's bread and butter. And if we can't get set up in it, I mean, it's a huge disadvantage for us. And it allows them to set up their offense and not even, you know, kind of ruffle some feathers and pressure them into any turnovers.
Well, and you get those long rebounds, and you know, so you know, a lot of times Lincoln has been very good about setting up even after a miss. But when you got long rebounds, heck, they're already at almost a half court. So we got about 3 minutes left here in the half, and
let's take a break.
Neither team's on the floor yet. So Coach Couples, I'm sure, is pretty dang happy where he is right now, and I'm sure Coach is still saying, "Golly gee, guys, can we play a little bit better?"
You're probably right. All right, we're gonna take a 2-3 minute break here. We'll be back with more Railer action. Welcome back, Railsplitters fans. Marty Ryan along with Kirk Whiteman here, Lloyd Kirby, keeping us live on YouTube here is Country Joe Ryan sending in texts.
Yeah.
Tell us we need to pick it up, apparently.
Well, Normal West is going to start with the ball here, and I'm the internal optimist here, and Chris Coyne's a good friend of mine, and I'd really like to say at one point Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer tonight.
Thanks,
Marty.
Kirk. I agree. I agree. He's losing business out here, Raiders. Pick it up. Well, Wildcats will start with the ball down here as they lead by 12.
I see a little bit hopping a step there. Probing with the steal and gets the basket for 2. This is exactly what we're talking about. I saw a lot more energy. Jermaine closed out to the ball corner. Kind of scared the guy. He threw a cross-court pass, and Froby with the steal. Coast to coast for 2.
There's another one.
Will Ewald with the steal.
They're going to call it travel.
Froby again got his hand on the deflection. Will Ewald with the steal, and they call him for a travel.
But a noticeable energy difference. I mean, the bench has been
big
up.
Time.
I mean, people are flying around, so that ho-hum speech that Coach Al gave in the locker room.
Golly gee, guys, we can play a little bit harder. I think Dylan needs to play a heck of a lot harder right now, too.
Wildcats.
As he was standing right in front of us.
I like that. I hope he heard you.
Yeah.
Normal West will take the ball. They got on their side of the court. I'm sorry, on the Railers side of the court. There they cross the timeline. Tough defense by Ewald, right in the face of 15 there. McGinnis.
Yep, we had him tied up there. And I mean, first 45 seconds, we already had a trap out here. So we see a lot more energy.
Way better.
We had a trap out here on the couples kid, and they get Will Ewald for the foul. Referee was a little bit confused on what number Will was, but he straightened that out there. Couples is going to take the ball out of bounds. Dylan on point. We got a trap on the other side of half court here, and almost throw it out of bounds. So Whiteman defensively guards the front. And with another turnover, Ewald to Froby. Kind of a pass behind him, lose track of it, and we get a reversal here. And Caden got away with the travel, it looked like, and kind of lost the ball. So that was a little bit of an awkward move to the basket for Caden. Ended up losing the ball, turnover Caden, and Normal West the other way. And Will gets a hack called on him out here reaching in for the ball. You know, nothing wrong with that here early in the second half. It's 20-10. We're down by 10, and try to create some energy.
Yeah, and aggressive mistakes. You know, nothing wrong with that. Set the tone, and I really like the way the Railsplitters are looking this half. Tenacious, a lot of defense.
Yep,
So another steal. That's Ewald going the other way. Picked away there by Couples. Nice play. And he's going to go all the way to the hoop. Into Hamlin. No good. Hamlin tips it over to Singleton. We're going the other way as Froby's got it out front. No foul there. There's a little bit of shoulder bumping going in. Ewald thought about the three. He's going to go in for the floater, which does fall, but they're going to call a foul on the ground.
Yeah, so Caden got to skip past to Will, who got a nice little shot fake and got a floater up, and that was a little bit of a continuation there, but out of bounds under for the Railers. Froby's going to take it out, up in the air to Singleton, and looks like we're going to get into a set.
Nice pass from Whiteman down low to Singleton, gets it back over to Ewald. Go back up to Whiteman. Tipped a little bit there. Try and start over here and get something set up. Singleton goes low, kicks it back out. Whiteman thinks about it, drives, kicks to Ewald. Back to Singleton, back to Whiteman. Finally get down to the big man. Jermaine's got it, goes for the power dribble. They're going to call a foul on, I can't see who that is over there. 5 it looks like maybe.
Well, this referee is standing right in front of me, so I really can't see what's happening down here.
I can't see anything either. 35, Corey Walker, they're going to get him for his first foul, the big man. So he's trying to D up Jermaine down there. Railers will keep it under their own basket. They get it into Dylan Singleton. A lot of movement there as Whiteman runs baseline.
We're 4 out, 1 in again with Jermaine down low and sitting on the block, and Cameron out front, Whiteman, and over to Ewald, back to Whiteman. And up in the air to Hamlin with a skip pass. It's stolen.
Read that like a DB.
Back the other way. And a foul on Whiteman as the Fisher kid, the 6'3" kid, attacks the basket. But
yeah, nice hustle by Whiteman there, getting there and blocking that shot. But yeah, I watched his eyes read that whole pass from Jermaine from the corner and going the other way. But hopefully he's not a good free throw shooter.
Well, he's knocked down a couple, at least one tray on us tonight. So he's got 3 points on the board right now and missed the free throw. I like way to jinx him, Marty. Keep talking.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. 20-10. Railers are up 2-0 in the third quarter, though. It's a bright spot. Second free throw off the back of the rim, no good. 0 for 2. It's a good foul by Whiteman there. As the Railers look to push the ball and get some energy here. Froby drives baseline, runs into a bunch of white jerseys, nothing there. As the Railers start to swing around up top, look to set up some offense. Whiteman's got it over to Singleton with a long three from the corner, or from the wing, I'm sorry, no good. Jermaine tips it back to him. Singleton up top. Nice play by Dylan Singleton.
You know, we've got 4 points right now, and we've played with energy defensively off a steal, and I told you earlier, Singleton got to the basket off an offensive rebound.
Yep.
So
you call
he needs to bring some energy, and we got a trap out front. And it looks like Dylan got a clean steal, but they're going to give the foul to, who'd they give the foul to? They give it to Will?
I don't think he's shown it yet. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think. Actually, the referee
Singleton
was really boxed out and just guessed on that foul, because it really should have been on Ewald.
They do give it to Singleton.
Steal.
It looked clean. I said that was right in front of us, and that looked like a pretty clean steal.
Very good. And Normal West retains possession. And I don't think that kid's going to do much down low against Jermaine.
No.
They play an inside out, so Normal West is likely to get the ball inside and then kick it back outside to their shooters. I don't think they'll be shooting over them. And again, Normal West with an offensive rebound and almost a second one, but Froby was able to secure it up the floor with a little hesitation. There's a lot of bumps going on here.
And the refs may be trying to get in front of that. What's he called? Block there on McGinnis.
And you guys watching at home may have seen this, but our ball handler's been coming up the floor getting checked a little bit, and they've let that go. Caden just got hit here, and then after he passed the ball, they called the foul because he got checked again. So you might see a little bit of some touch calls by the officials here the next few minutes that get control of this game.
Bounce pass to Froby. He'll shoot the three.
Yeah.
Nice touch, and there's a three for Froby.
That was... I thought that was
That's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer.
Thank you for that.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Lloyd's on top of it.
That's the first time we've had to say it all game, but you know, that was a great shot, kind of a high bounce pass, but you saw Froby kid right there. He caught that ball, really wasn't aligned to shoot it, but he gathered himself, got his balance, and knocked that down. So we have, go ahead.
We want to shout out a thank you to P&W Pools and Whiteman Construction. Family owned and operated, specializing in above and in-ground installation and maintenance along with spas. Ask about incredible savings going on now. Phone 735-3309 and go online to pwpoolandspa.com. So again, Kirk, a great start here to the second half. The Railers have closed that gap to 5.
And 7-0 run by us, and it started defensively, and I think you guys watching on YouTube could just see the energy level in that first possession where Jermaine closed out hard to the corner. Caden shot that, and we got a wide open layup. So, and then, you know, our next basket was a Dylan Singleton offensive rebound. So if we continue to do this, we'll be in pretty good shape. And it will be Normal West ball out of bounds under after our made basket. And we'll start to apply some pressure here. See what happens here, Marty.
Yeah, let's keep it going here. 3:47 left in the third quarter. And we've got the press going. Dylan's up front there like he always is, putting some pressure on these Wildcats. They look for the trap over here.
Got another trap, and Funk's in for Ewald right now. So we got Noah in here, and Dylan kind of tag teaming these ball handlers out front.
Wildcats go up.
Another bad pass, but Normal West comes up with it. And you see what happens, Marty, is you start getting a little bit more pressure on the ball, it creates bad passes for the receiver, and you're seeing a lot of those bounce off of their hands.
Absolutely. It just creates hustle plays. Who's going to get to the ball? Who's going to fight the hardest for it? And I like our chances in that. Down low there to Evan Hudson. Nice turnaround jumper. I don't think that's his first time he shot tonight. He's normally the guy who kicks it back out.
Yeah, and they've been getting the ball into that sweet spot, soft spot in the zone, and passing back out, but he decided to shoot it that time. And turnover by Singleton on a skip pass. 22-15 as Normal West brings the ball up the floor. Couples over to Fisher. Back to the high post again. And he doesn't get a shot off this time, but inside out, back to Fishers, and rebound Froby.
Here comes Froby. There's Fishers had a couple of those nice interceptions as Froby goes up top to Singleton there. Down low, good defense side by the Wildcats. Don't let him get the easy basket. Jermaine's calling for it down low. He gets it. Wow. And there he is again. We were just talking about him. Montgomery Fisher came right behind Hamlin and swatted that one, but they are going to call a foul on him.
And Jermaine did a great job of there as he was going to the basket, and that's why they called the foul. The guy from the backside came in and just blocked that and threw it in, but obviously the foul was not on him. It was on the guy that Jermaine was going at. But here's the thing on that key right there. You see Jermaine's hands went up in the air and really called for the ball, didn't you? He needs to do more of that. So the guys, we call that demand the ball. and would like to see him do more of that. Hits the first free throw and misses the second.
So it's a 22-16 game here. The Railers put some pressure on the Wildcats here. They do break the timeline. Get over to Montgomery Fisher, and he throws it away, and there's a couple of errant passes there, but somehow the Wildcats keep it. And there's your boy Couples drives. They're going to call a foul on the ground. I don't know who they're going to get on that yet.
Yeah, so again, there was an errant pass out to half court, almost went over and back. Kid saved it. And, you know, I'll get on this Whiteman kid a little bit, but we talk about flow to the ball. And he picks up his third foul there, but, you know, I've always taught our kids, you know, you may be 50 feet away from the ball, but you need to flow to it, because if there's a loose ball and it gets kicked out a couple times, now you're 10 feet closer to the ball and may have a situation to get it. We got a trap in the corner over here. Hollinger and Frobe makes Normal West call a timeout. So this is another example of, you know, picking up the energy for these guys.
Absolutely.
And that's why they've been able to cut it to 4.
Let's run through a couple quick sponsors real quick. We want to thank Headline Salon, State Bank of Lincoln, Tartar Brothers Mechanical, well, spelling error there, P&W Pools and Whiteman Construction, Bright Idea Screen Printing and Embroidery, Family Custom Cleaners, Tanning, Laundromat, and U-Haul, Chicago Street Rentals, Four Corners Lube, The Carpet House, and Lincoln Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. We got about 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Railers have cut that lead to 6, and their defensive pressures looked great. A lot of traps, actually, and those are going to start limiting some turnovers. As Normal West comes out of timeout here, they'll have the ball underneath their own basket. Looks like 15 there. McGinnis is going to inbound it to junior. He gets it into Hudson.
Tried to get a quick trap, and they got it out of there very smartly.
Couples got the ball up top. He's had a lot more pressure on him this half. Hasn't had any good-looking attempts to shoot the three-point ball. It's like the Wildcats are slowing things down here a little bit more. Got to get that Railer pressure back out there and speed them up.
There we go. You see Will with the hard close out here. And there we go.
Good ball movement by the Wildcats, I will say.
Yeah. So you guys watching, and if you guys saw the Bloomington game, they got it into the high post and brought our back defenders up, and then just dropped it down low, and they got 2 points there. So, but I like Will Ewald's energy out here going to close out the ball. We need to continue to do more of that.
Here come the Railers. They look to get some offense of their own. Well, stolen away there by Ewald. That's Couples, and Funk's going to tie him up before he can get the easy 2. The fans here weren't intentional. I think Coach Couples does too.
Yeah, that's you know, I'm a big Lincoln Railer fan, but that could have went against us. But I think he was a little bit out of position too. And no, it did kind of go for the ball. He just did it with 2 hands. He used the other hand to hold him.
Well, here come the Wildcats underneath their own basket. They get up top to Couples. Couples drives. Nice spin move. He's going to go underneath, and that looked like it was blocked there by Hollinger. They're going to call the foul and send Couples to the line, and I imagine he's a pretty good free throw shooter.
You would think so, breaking some three-point records. And he did a great move. If you guys are watching this at home, you little kids, he had balance. He didn't just jump off 1 foot. He was able to spin. I thought Nolan had a really clean block there, and maybe it was their makeup call for the
non-intentional.
Non-intentional, but good move, but that one kind of goes against the Railers there. Landon had a nice block.
Both couple shots were good. I think he's got 8 or 9 right now.
Yeah, so they've taken a 10-point lead now, 26-16 with 1 minute to go.
Funk's got the ball up top. Gets it over to Frobe. He'd like to see Jermaine down low get those hands up big like you said earlier and, demand that ball.
Yeah, just watch where his hands are. I mean, he can do a better job of asking for it and demanding it, which I know Coach I would like to see. He does that every once in a while. And the thing about it is we always tell big guys, you're only going to get the ball about 25% of the time anyways. Another skip pass by Frobe to the baseline to Hollinger, and they foul Landon as he goes to secure the ball. Normal West is going to bring a 6'7" Tyler Calhoun into the game.
A lot of big kids here at Normal West. A lot of big bodies.
He's got a nice frame to him.
Yeah.
He's not skinny.
Frobe underneath the Railer basket gets it into Funk. Funk comes back to Frobe. Frobe's tip there. A little physicalness by Montgomery Fisher. Railers still looking here. About 30 seconds left in the third quarter. They trail by 10. Working the ball around up top. Hollinger's got it. Back over to Funk. Still working around top. They might be holding here for a last-second shot. Not in a big rush.
This is almost like a 1-3-1 they're playing. They're taking that middle guy and just kind of setting it on Jermaine, so they're playing from the inside in front of him.
And there's the shot by Ewald. No good. Hollinger tries to get it. He's tied up. But the horn's going to blow, and Lincoln will go into the fourth quarter trailing 26-16. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back. Here at Normal West as the Normal West Wildcats lead our Railsplitters 26-16. 8 minutes left here. I got Froby right in front of me here with the inbound here to Singleton. Hoping to get some action started. We need some points in a hurry here. Let's see what Coach Al's got drawn up for the Railers.
Looks like we're going to run Froby on the baseline as a little decoy. No, off a double screen for a wide open three, and we got the basket.
Froby with a big three from the corner. Cuts to a 7-point game, and that is another Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance three-pointer. Like to say that a couple more times tonight, Kirk.
Yeah, I definitely will here in the fourth quarter, huh?
Wildcats working the ball around on their end.
Pressure on the ball, and we almost had a trap here, and they find that high post again, kick it backside for a wide open three, but it is going to be short. And then with an offensive rebound, and Froby with the foul.
The big man that came in there, Calhoun, that's the 6'7" junior, gets fouled.
And you know, I mean, it's not looking good for Lincoln right now. A lot can happen, but you know, at the end of the day, Marty, this is, you know, the energy level, the second chance points, the deflections, things we didn't have at all in the first half that really dug ourselves a hole. And, you know, they've had those. I think they've had a lot more.
Yeah, I agree. And, like, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's tough to dig yourself out of that big of a hole, you know, no matter how hard you play. But, again, it's not over. 7 minutes left. A lot can happen. I think if you got to foul somebody, this Tyler Calhoun, it's a big boy. He's good down low, but doesn't look like much of a free throw shooter. So
yeah, and I think number 3, the Fisher kids missed one, and even the Walker kids. So they haven't shot the ball from the free throw well.
There he is. I jinxed him.
Which behooves Lincoln.
27-19, about 7 minutes left here in the ball game. Railsplitters need some points.
Whiteman back into the game for Hollinger, and Funk in for Ewald. Moves the ball around. Dillon, top of the key for.
Oh, wow, what a roll. What we got going on here?
Well, the Whiteman kid is talking to the official, and I've always got on him about that. And
that was another Chris Coyne at State Farm three-pointer that we missed.
Yeah.
They're piling up now, Chris. We're going to take care of you.
But there was a little commotion underneath the basket. Looks like the referees just let it go. Normal West up the floor, gets the ball to the middle, attack, kicked back out. So I think you're going to see a lot of touches, at least I would assume, from them. Oh, my goodness, that was a great move by the 6'7" kid off the bench, and tore down by Jermaine Hamblin on the defensive rebound. Quick reversal here, and right back to Dillon, to Froby in the corner, to Funk back in the corner. And for a monstrous dunk missed by Hamblin, and a foul on Hamblin. Jermaine misses a dunk. I thought it was a really aggressive move and probably bumped a little bit, but it looks like they're letting him play here a little physically. Yeah,
which I like to see. But you know what? If that dunk goes down, I mean, that's a game changer. But I liked earlier, Hamlin came down that big board, kind of put some muscle with it, threw some elbows. I like to see that. Get some kids off of you. Are we in the bonus now? Yeah, we are. We got to be in the bonus. Refs are talking about who's shooting here. Froby's involved in the conversation along with Couples.
Not really for sure what's happening here, but that was a powerful move by Jermaine. We'd just like to see that go in.
I think they were trying to switch it up there. Couples may try pulling a fast one, sending his kid to the free throw line. That's why Coach Allen, the whole bench over there, kept yelling 30. They wanted Tyler Calhoun back at the line, so they pull him back in there off the bench. He's going to shoot.
Well, and Lincoln already at 9 fouls. And Lincoln, next foul will be double bonus for them on the way out. So
that's not fun.
Yeah, this Calhoun kid, he's only a junior, and he looks like a pretty good player for him.
Big kid, yeah, and a little mechanical, but good stroke and a big frame on him. Now he'll go back to the bench after he's drugged back in to hit 2 free throws. 29-22, Normal West Wildcats lead. A little over 6 minutes left to play in the game here. The Raiders will look to pick the tempo up a little bit here, get some points on the board and some defensive stops. Skip pass over to Funk, back to Dillon. To Whiteman, who is passing up shot after shot. Dillon hits the gap here over to Funk, back to Whiteman, who takes the shot for a miss. And there's Singleton again with an offensive rebound, and it looks like he got fouled, and they did call a foul. So, again, these are the little things we're talking about. Dillon has provided that spark to us, and it's going to be Lincoln ball out of bounds under with 29-22. There's a lot of time to play here, Marty. Cam's got to knock that shot down, and, you know, like you said, Jermaine's dunk could have provided a lot of energy, but there's still a lot of things to happen here. Absolutely. Ewald checks back into the game for the Railers. So he gets the ball up top, gets it back over to Dylan Singleton. There they go to Hamlin. Nice move by Hamlin. Almost fumbled it, but, you know, got his composure back together, went up strong. And he went going to the basket, which was really big. Allows Lincoln to get in their press a little bit. They've been trapping on the in the backcourt here a little bit. They decide not to this time, and let's see if we can speed them up a little bit. Wow, that's a tough move there. That was a strong move on Whiteman. Whiteman needs to do a better job of walling up and holding ground, as we talk about. Caden drives baseline, drop pass to Jermaine, almost an and one. Caden with a great move to the baseline, just a little drop-off pass to Jermaine. And, you know, Jermaine's hands has come a long way. He wouldn't have caught that, I don't think, early in the year. So he's progressed quite a bit. And, I mean, from the first half, you talked about getting him the ball. It seems here the last couple possessions we're doing a better job of finding him, and we're finding success in that. So, I mean, let's keep going to that. And he has been shooting the ball pretty well from the free throw line this year. You know, he's gotten the lane 131 times. He's shooting over 70%, which is really good. He's got a really nice touch. So we're in the bonus on the way out, but unfortunately they're in the double bonus on the way out. And neither one of Jermaine's free throws is going to go down. I think it still trails 7, 31-24, about 5 minutes left. And Froby with the foul in the backcourt, so trying to pick up the pressure a little bit. And send Shea Couples to the line for 2. Shea's sitting at 10 points right now, and he's the leading scorer, I would assume, for their team. Froby's at 14 points for us right now. Wow. Shea, a little short. Good for Lincoln. 31-24, Normal West. 5:13 to play. Second shot's up and good. All right, come on, Raiders. Here we go. Let's get some points. 4 out, 1 in. Move the ball around the perimeter. Looks like we might try to get in a set here. Froby off a baseline double screen, and Dillon out front. Cam had slipped the screen there. Back to Froby on the baseline. Skip pass. Singleton. 2 dribble point. Foul down low. I'm trying to see if they're going to call it. Yeah. That really could have went either way. Looks like they called a foul on Normal West. Jermaine found himself in a Normal West sandwich down there.
And Jermaine kind of pushed the Normal West kid, but I think the kid behind Jermaine had pushed him, and they got
Montgomery Fisher on.
Yeah, 13. Jermaine to the free throw line.
There we go.
All right, we're back on the point train here, Marty.
Let's do it. I want to say Chris Coyne's name a few more times.
Yeah, I'm sure Chris does too. Big Railer fan. Just like my buddy Dave Renfro, who should be listening to us at home too.
Jermaine's second shot off the front of the rim, no good. Railers are down 25-32 right now. He's not a ball handler up top. That would have been a great opportunity there to take that one away. Good ball move by the Wildcats.
They're moving the ball now. If they keep their spacing here, we're going to be running a lot here. We need to shoot a gap and make something happen here defensively with some quick hands. Would like to see some pressure on that ball, maybe a fumble, but you're going to see Normal West, just they're 4 out, guy at the free throw line, a guy at the block, and they're just going to move the ball around and take time off the clock. Lincoln coaches are asking our guys to come out, maybe start trapping and putting some pressure on that ball. But right now we're just a little bit in just a pass and catch, playing keep away like they do at 5th grade recess. Marty, you remember those days, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it kind of looks like the first half.
We got a trap now. We got a trap, and does a great job of playing out of that. So we're going to have, we get a little reach-in foul on Froby. And at some point, I think Coach Couples is fine if he doesn't shoot the rest of the game and just goes to the free throw line.
That's 4 on Froby.
4 on Froby, which doesn't bode well for us. Singleton with 3 fouls. No, Whiteman with 3 fouls and Singleton with 2. So Ewald has 2 also. So we don't have a whole lot of fouls to give as we already hit the bonus. He hits both free throws to go up by 9, 34-25.
Singleton will bring it up for the Railers, gets it over to Whiteman. Whiteman will drive in, pass to the corner over to Froby. He'll shoot the 3. And he's going to get fouled. I believe he's going to the line for 3. Well, maybe, no?
Yeah, I would say it's Caden gets fouled on a 3-point shot, stops the clock for us, and we're down 9, can cut it to a 2-possession game. Get a little pressure going here. Maybe they missed some free throws.
Let's hope so.
A lot of time left still.
Froby's first shot's up and good. He's got 2 more coming. Two for 2, we got 1 left here. 34-27. This could bring us within 6. 3:30 left to play here in the ball game. The last one's going to go in and out, rebounded by Calhoun.
34-27. 7-point game. We get a foul. 34-27. 3:22 to play. And foul on Dylan Singleton. Sends Shea Couples to the line for a miss.
Coach Al's fired up over there.
Hits the second one. Makes it an 8-point game. We need to increase possessions here. Cameron just needs to be ready to shoot the ball.
Yeah. Gonna get Ewald with the travel over there. Try to go for a pump fake, may have taken a few steps. Who got the timeout there? Was that Lincoln?
I think.
Yeah, it was. Lloyd's telling us, yes. Lloyd sees all over here.
Yeah. I'm a little discombobulated about us offensively right now here. So it was a tough one. Try to make something happen. But this is going to be a long 3 minutes, I believe, Marty.
All right, I'm going to run through some sponsors again. We want to thank Lincoln IGA, Lincoln Park District, Rickham State Farm, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Memorial Sports Care, Lincoln College, the Blue Dog Inn, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Chris Coyne State Farm Agent, St. Clara's, and Eaton Corporation. And again, this copyrighted audio broadcast and video webcast is presented by WLCN FM Any use of the video or audio accounts and descriptions of this game is strictly prohibited and may not be disseminated without the express written consent of WLCN 96.3 FM or its ownership. We're back here just under 3 minutes left to the Railers trail, 35-27, Kirk. We need some stops and some points.
We do, and I think Coach talked about we're just got to trap the ball any chance we get. And so you've seen Dylan kind of, attacking where the ball is out front with our wings, rotating over. And we get the foul here, and it will go against Dylan Singleton, which raises it up to number 4 for him. So we got Singleton with 4 fouls, Froby with 4 fouls, Whiteman with 3, and Ewald with 2. Couples hits his shot. West takes a 9-point lead with 2:40 to go, and we have Corey Walker, the sophomore, tight end. Nice-looking body, big boy, comes in.
Couple second free throws good. 10-point lead again for the Wildcats. Comes Singleton to Whiteman. Back to Singleton. Start seeing some Chris Coyne shots go up here.
Moving the ball around the perimeter. Mishandled a little bit. Whiteman for 3.
Whiteman. Get in.
And he hits
there we
it.
go, and that's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer right on cue.
Cameron Whiteman for 3, 2:14 to go. Lincoln's down by 7. Got a trap out front. High post wide open. Attack Jermaine,
wow,
and he
nice
sends him
block.
going. And
Evan Hudson, the 6'3 guard, went in there, and Hamlin said, no way. Swats it out of bounds. Normal West will keep it under their own basket. Lincoln trails by 7. 2 minutes left to play here in the game.
out to Couples. I don't think you'll see any of these guys driving to the basket again and actually taking a shot. They'll drive in and they'll kick back out to the perimeter. And we got a trap out here on Couples, and they've done a great job of really spreading the floor, and that high post is wide open, and they're just using him to pass the ball. He will not shoot it again, Marty, after getting that sent into the third row.
Very smart move.
We got to start getting some fouls, and I would think that'd be the guy you want to foul, especially Jermaine down low. You don't want to foul the Couples kid, but you don't want Froby to foul. He's got 4. You don't want Singleton to foul. Now Whiteman has 4, and I think we've got the guy at the foul line we want, number 32.
It's Hudson, Evan Hudson, 6'3 junior.
Although I think he did hit 2 earlier in the game.
Well, maybe he's nervous. Now, he did just have his confidence shattered a little bit, that swat. That didn't faze him.
Looks like a pretty good stroke, too. So I think our best bet is to let him catch the ball because he knows they're going to shoot it and pass it to 32. So Jermaine can use up his 4 fouls he has left to give. 39-30.
1:22 left to play here. Come the Railers. Whiteman thought about it up top, decides not to. He's going to give it to Froby. Froby will drive to Singleton. Singleton will shoot from the top of the key. Can't go in off the front of the rim. Normal West comes down with it. Got some pressure down here on them. They're able to beat the press. Got it back to their own end of the court.
We got 3 guys with 4 fouls, and Jermaine and now fouls.
Yep.
The same guy that just hit 2. So there's 57 seconds left here, 39-30. 3-possession game if it stands. We're still in it. I've seen guys down 11 with 9 seconds left and still win it, Marty.
Is that John Shire's team?
Probably.
Yeah, anything can happen. We got a 10-point game here, about a minute left. But we know we got some guys who can shoot the ball. A couple big 3-pointers would do it. Man, both of Hudson's free throws go in. 41-30. Normal West leads. Whiteman will take a 3. Man, just off.
Misses. Rebound by Normal West. Back to Shea Couples. 41-30. Up the floor quickly. And we get a foul by Whiteman, which will be his 5th foul. And he will be sitting down for the night.
Yeah, had a big 3-pointer in the ball game. Big 3-pointer again. Froby with 16 points, and other than that, Whiteman with 3. Singleton has 5. Jermaine's got 6. 38 seconds here left. We're going to send Evan Hudson back to the line. Been there the last 2 trips. I think he's hit either 3 out of 4 or 4 for 4. Pretty good free throw shooter. Could potentially get this lead up to 13 for the Wildcats. So some of the Railer faithful are starting to head towards the exits. Hudson will dribble here, getting ready to take his first free throw attempt. It's up and good. Yeah, he's starting to pile up the stat book now. It's got 11 points for him tonight. And again, I think more than half of those have come with the charity stripe. Second shot up and good. The Railers will bring it up. Singleton pushes it up to Froby, back to Singleton. And it's tipped away there again. It's another nice defensive play by Montgomery Fisher.
Yeah, he's long. He's long. He's about 6'3", and his arms are just as long too. So he's got a few steals tonight. Singleton top of the key, shoots it short, and Normal West runs it down.
Try working the trap there, and that's coach's kid again. Couples there is going to bring it up. And they may be looking to run the clock out here as he dribbles through a few Raider defenders. Not looking to shoot. Raiders aren't looking to foul here. We've got 10 seconds left. Singleton will put a little bit of pressure on him. He's going to make him do something as the ref starts the 5-second count. And that'll be the ball game. Your final is going to be your Normal West Wildcats 43, Lincoln Railsplitters 30. Let's take a short break, and we'll be right back here with a little post-game wrap-up brought to you by Ground Corporated Schneider Chiropractic, and we'll talk to Coach Alexander.
You got a Nebraska corn husker.
Railsplitter fans back at Normal West here after the Railers suffered a tough loss last regular season game. Marty Ryan here with Kirk Whiteman, Lloyd Kirby. Paul is back at the studio helping us out. Coach Whiteman here's got some stats for us. Get some numbers from the game.
Well, for Lincoln tonight, you know, we scores 43-30. I think this is our worst loss this year, 13 points. And Froby leads us with scoring at 16. Right around his clip, which is 15. Jermaine Hamlin at 6 points. Cameron Whiteman with that 3 points. And Dylan Singleton with 5 points. And Will Ewald with 0. And so, obviously, we didn't put the ball in the hole tonight. And for them, they had Shea Couples, their leading scorer, the coach's kid, who we heard before the game has broken a lot of three-point level records here.
Yeah.
He had 16 points. And then Evan Hudson probably had about 6 points in free throws right down the stretch. And he was the other person for them as far as scoring. And Corey Walker, their sophomore big kid, had 6 points, and then a couple other kids with 3 points. But, obviously we need to score more points to win the game. But in a game like this where there's a very limited possessions, both teams held on to the ball. I didn't think we shot the ball very well. And that'll be something I'm sure Coach Al is going to talk about energy and intensity defensively. He's going to talk about deflections, and he's going to talk about second chance points, I would assume. But it wasn't the best effort tonight, was it, Marty?
No, and, we've talked about it a few times, but getting in that hole early, it's tough to dig yourself out from that. Lack of energy was pretty rough there at the beginning. Well, the whole first half, really. I thought we came out of the locker room at halftime and looked like a different team, and it paid off for a little bit, but, again, it might have been too big of a hole to climb out of.
Yeah, I really couldn't sustain it, but, Lincoln ends the season with, a pretty good-looking record at 24-4. Back-to-back Apollo Conference titles, and Normal West ends the season 11-19. They are a 4A school, and we'll head into the 4A tournament. And we will close the book on this chapter of a regular season and start the exciting part. And if this team plays up to their capabilities, they can accomplish a lot of things, I think, here in the postseason.
I agree. A lot of talent, and tonight just wasn't our night. But if there's anything good about losses, you try and learn something from each one of them. And I think there's probably a lesson here tonight about intensity and maybe taking people lightly. I don't think I don't know how seriously people took Normal West, knowing they're a bigger school and all that. But hopefully nobody took them too lightly, you know what I mean?
And you look at their record at 10-19, it's like, maybe we can get a win.
Yeah.
High school kids, different mentality, and they've had a lot of success in telling people how good they are heading into the year. Oh, the Taylorville game might have been a fluke, last-second shot, and thinking they're pretty good. So maybe knock them back, who knows? But this is a special group of kids, and we're looking forward to watching them play in the postseason here. But again, Frobe leads Lincoln with 16, Germain at 6, Singleton at 5, and Whiteman at 3. And Caden hit his scoring average, but Germain's been averaging 13. Ewald's been averaging 10, has 0. Whiteman's been averaging 7. Singleton's been averaging 7, and none of those guys. And I remember my high school coach told me, is like, what's an average if you're not going to keep it? So
good point.
That's something that's going to be very important to these guys to, play some consistency. I've seen a lot more energy out of these guys over the year, and it's a heck of a season, finishing the year at 24-4. Heading over to regionals, playing on Clinton on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. We'll be playing the winner of the Lamphere Clinton game, and everybody kind of assumes that will be Lamphere, but crazier things have happened.
They have.
Tonight, 43-30.
After a 4 overtime JV game. We're going to take a quick break. We should be back in just a couple minutes with Coach Alexander to get his thoughts on the game. We'll be right back with you. It's in your first rodeo. How long do they normally talk to coach? Depends how long he wants to know. Depends on how popular they are. Does he sit down here with us, or how do you do that? Stand, or he'll just stand on it?
Yeah, but wait till we see him coming out, though, so we don't get all this noise when they come back. West-Fritters running.
Hey, it was good seeing you. Good. Thanks.
Welcome back, Railers fans. Marty Ryan, Kirk Whiteman, Lloyd Kirby here. Paul is in the office. Waiting around for Coach Alexander here to talk to us a little bit about his thoughts on the game. Sure, like Coach Whiteman told me, he's probably having a pretty good talk with the players in there after that.
Yeah, and as I sit here waiting for him as being an ex-coach, Marty, this really does, leave a bad taste in your mouth, the way we ended the regular season after the year we've had. Because at the end of the day, I always told our players, hey, the shot's not always going to fall. You're not always going to make the good pass, but if you can give the effort. And Marty, I really thought, we saw it for 3 minutes, maybe the first 3 minutes of the third quarter, and you saw what happened. We got a 5-8-0 run, I think, to start the third quarter, but we couldn't sustain it. So for whatever reason, came out and played flat tonight. And, in a game where you have Coach Couples, who is really values the possessions as much as Neil values possessions. A very low possession game where you're not going to get a lot of shots and you don't shoot well. You're not going to get many chances to make up any deficit, like you said. Right.
Well, speaking of Coach Couples, you look at the other side of the coin here. That's got to be a pretty big boost for those guys. This has got to be their last regular season game, and they go out with a win over a ranked, very good Lincoln Railer team, and maybe that's the spin he's looking to get his team going into the postseason.
Yeah, and like I said, on their schedule, I think Bloomington is a 4A school.
Yep.
I know they lost to Peyton Kidd, and we beat them by 1, but they're still a pretty good team. Danville is really, really good. Normal Community, I think, is ranked in the top 3. Yep. They have a kid going to University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who's a nice little player. But if you look at 4A, I think there's really like maybe 10 teams outside of Chicago. And so they find themselves in a pretty good one and a little feather in their cap getting a win over Lincoln tonight, even though we're 3A.
Well, everybody likes to beat Lincoln. When you get a chance to, it's a basketball powerhouse. That's what we're known as there. And I don't care what Lincoln's record is or where the game's played at. I think people take pride when they can beat Lincoln. And it's only happened 4 times this year. Unfortunately, it's been 2 games in a row here, so let's hope we can get that turned around here before regionals begin.
Well, I think we picked up a win on Saturday.
Oh, you're right.
I'm sorry. It wasn't back-to-back.
My bad. I was just setting you up there for that one.
That's all right. You're keeping me on my toes. As it's a little late tonight, we had a 4 overtime game. That's the first one I've seen in a while.
Yeah. I thought they would have called it, honestly. I'm shocked they let that thing go on that long.
And the sophomores came out on top and victorious in a 4 overtime game. And we had senior night also, Marty, here, and saw a lot of awards. And even before the game, the leading scorer of the game, Shea Couples, the coach's kid, was announced as breaking some 3-point records, which I think we saw from the outset in the first quarter. He hit a couple from about the volleyball line and looked pretty good doing it. And he led the game in scoring with 16. But I see Coach Al peeking out around the corner and coming on his way over.
He's heading our way here.
So we're going to get ready to go, and I'm sure he's going to say, golly gee, guys, let's get rolling here for the postseason. But, hey, we have high expectations here, and I know he's disappointed. And, I was a little disappointed watching that, too, as far as the effort that was given.
Well, Coach is making his way over here now. We'll get his thoughts on the ball game. I know. I thought you'd be surprised to see me. Coach, how you doing?
Fine. How are you? I've had better nights.
How we doing on audio?
I'm fine.
Should be good.
Coach, I sat here and, a little bit longer for you getting out of there. And, we have high expectations for the program. And what's your thoughts there on the game from what we just saw tonight?
Well, I think half the basketball game and half the battle getting a team prepared to play is 50% mental. And we were doing some things before the game that we're in the huddle 10 minutes before we come out, and we're saying, hey, Collinsville got beat. Who cares about Collinsville? We were talking about that, and we weren't even talking about a basketball game. I mean, mental preparation is so important in what you do.
That's a really good point. And, I sat with Marty here, and I just thought the energy level, even to start the game off, there was no communication.
There was none. We don't adjust. They play the way we practice, and we're working on getting things in. But this team here was more deliberate, and you got to go out and pressure these people a little bit. You got to learn to win, to turn them down to the corner, and not let them just move the ball around up front with 3 people. And we've got to learn that. Our guys have got to learn how to make adjustments and understand what other teams are trying to do to us, and that team took us out. And 2 things that are happening offensively for us: if we don't get the ball to Jermaine, or if we don't get the dribble drive layup, right now we're in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't shoot the ball well, and we kind of talked about that, but we thought the energy, you had a chance to talk to him at halftime and saw what happened the first 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, and we made plays, we got turnovers, and what did we do? Turn it right back to them, and or fumble it away, or dribble down and they strip us, or just little things. But it's pretty simple now. You're either squared away, or you'll be doing the next thing's up.
Survive and advance, and I know I'm the ultimate optimist person. I mean, anything positive you can pull out of the game tonight?
I don't know.
learn from the mistakes, right?
You got any?
Hey, I saw Jermaine demand the ball one time, which is really nice. I thought he'd been doing a pretty good job.
But I thought he played hard. He was 1 for 1 the first half, and they pressure us on the perimeter, and he's going to bobble the ball. He's going to miss the ball, but you can't quit throwing it to him. You got to keep going to him and making them, and he's going to make bad passes out of there, but it demands their attention, and they were taken away. They were putting basically 3 to 4 guys down on him, but why not?
And they brought him at different angles. Where Taylorville brought it from the backside, looks like they played behind him and crashed him from the point. And, one of the things to capitalize on what you talked about, I was able to coach Kyle Turpin, who, didn't play much in high school and turned into a great player, very similar to Jermaine, and you've seen the growth. And that was kind of what we talked to our guards. It's like, he's going to bobble it. He may do it, but what happens when he starts doing it well, And if he gets more touches, where can we go and what can we accomplish?
And he doesn't get, eventually he gets better at it, hopefully, but 6'10" guy, you got to get him more touches than that, and you got to be able to kick it in, reverse it. We had skip passes that were not even close or short, and but that defense is hard to play against. They do a nice job at the matchup and the different types of things that they do. So it's a tough place to play. Maybe we don't want to play them anymore.
Well, they did a nice job at holding the ball. When they get a lead like that, too, and Brian, he's going to do a great job of making you come chase him and put you in foul trouble.
Exactly.
And so just, and that started from the first 2 minutes of the game, from the energy.
They set the tempo on it, and, sometimes you got to change your game plan a little bit and, be able to go out. But we were just stopping 6 feet short from them and letting them pass the ball that first half. Well, it's like 24-4, still a great year, 2-time Apollo Conference champs and heading into regionals. And what's your outlook? Little quick comments about heading into next week. Well, we didn't get a good draw. I think everybody knows that. And if we come prepared with the mental attitude we had tonight, we'll be one and done. When you play Lanphier, I don't care what their record is. In fact, their record is really deceiving because they've lost 13, 14 games, but they're just now getting their starting 5 together. They've been suspended. They've been injured. They've had a lot of different things go wrong with them, and plus the fact when Lincoln Lanphier plays, you remember 2 years ago, we had a chance to beat them when they were really, really good, and we were probably an average team, and we had a shot to win them, beat them at their place in the regional.
I was there.
So
they went to state and finished second that year, didn't they? Or in the top 4.
They're a good team that year. I remember that.
So we have to. It could go either way. It's a 50-50 game Tuesday.
Well, it's a short drive at least. Clinton's close, but obviously you want to get the mental mindset right. And wish you the best of luck, Coach. I mean, let's hope it's a long postseason.
Well, we hope it's longer than one.
Well, I think that's all we got here for Coach. We appreciate your time, Coach. We're looking forward to a lengthy postseason, so best of luck to you.
Okay. Thank you. I thought we had a great crowd. If it was at home, I'd give them their money back.
That's going to wrap it up for us here in Normal. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday at 7. As the Railers are on the road, they're going to take on the winner of the Clinton-Lamphere game. That's from Clinton High School. Our broadcast will probably be with Josh Comnick. He should be back there for that pregame show around 6:30. For station manager Jim Ash, studio producer and director Paula Kodat, Kurt Whiteman, this is Marty Ryan, Lloyd Kirby doing the ones and twos back there. Once again, the final score I do not have tonight, but the Railers lost by about 13 or 14, I believe. Should have written that down. I apologize. That's why I'm a sub. But the Railers finished the season 24-4. They are Apollo Conference champions. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, even though the outcome wasn't the best. But we ask that you patronize our sponsors, say thank you for the following, and for allowing us to bring you Railer basketball from Normal, Illinois. Good night, everybody. It's time to send you back to the Classic Rock Experience starring Jeff No. 2 on the Nighttime Fix 96.